Hey everybody, welcome to Life Worth Living. I am Michael, and this is my beautiful, lovely, amazing wife, Nora.
Wow. Today, we have an exciting video for you. So we are coming up very soon on our 6th wedding anniversary. Can you believe we've been married for 6 years?
I can believe that it's been amazing.
Anyway, so we decided to do something we've been being very nostalgic lately and reminiscent. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, nostalgic is probably the best term for it.
On a relationship. And so we went back through some of our love letters from the very beginning of our relationship and thought that we'd read through some of them. And
before we get into them, we have a couple tips, because going through them we've come up with some.
Here are some tips if you are currently in a relationship.
Number 1, make sure you date every single one. Date everything, because we're trying to go through ours and actually organize them and to time period, and we didn't date them, and it was really hard.
Yeah.
What were some other tips, or was that just the one tip?
We made it sound like we had a bunch of tips.
It made it sound like we had a list of tips.
Think of something. Quick think of something. Write even amounts of love letters.
Hey. Okay, so Nora wrote more love letters before we were married. And I've actually
a lot more.
And I've actually written more after we were married.
Yeah. Which, if I had to choose, I would choose that any day, because I like getting love letters since we've been married. I need to do a better job at writing love letters. Speaking of love letters, here is a tip for you if you are married.
Oh no.
Because oh no. You might as well just turn off the video now. Because when you're in a relationship and when you're first getting to know each other, it's very easy to write letters. A lot. But after you are married and you're living together, love letters can kind of die. And
I'm just listening. I'm not judging.
so anyway, I saw someone that I follow on Instagram posted a video and encouraging people, married couples, to keep a love journal together and write love letters to each other in the journal and try to do it every day. And we started doing that about a month ago. And we haven't been super consistent. It hasn't been every single day, but it's been almost every single day.
Which I've been talking about doing a video. I journal, and I've been talking about doing a video, and that's kind of one of my tips for journaling.
It's not to be glued to have to being every single day.
If you do it every single day, you're going to get burnt out on it. And so.
Okay. But anyway, we've started doing that, and I feel like that's been really helpful and amazing, because it sometimes you forget to take time to actually thank your spouse or tell them what you love about them in the day-to-day, especially as parents and everything.
During chronic illness and
everything.
Busyness,
so,
yeah.
Anyway, that's just a side tip.
So we've got these letters here. I'm very worried about not like anything's inappropriate or anything. This is what you're getting ready to read is correspondence between a Christian couple, and two Christian couples. A Christian couple that from the beginning our focus was and our goal was marriage, and so, but.
It's a little embarrassing. That's okay.
Some of the terms that we used are just like, really, come on. We're upperclassmen, like we're seriously considering marriage, and you use that term to describe your affection for her.
Okay, are you gonna go first or me?
You go first.
Oh, you only picked.
No, you know what?
3.
Yeah, you told me 3.
Oh, I picked 4.
You know what? I'm gonna do this one. I'll
You're
go first.
You're gonna go first.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Okay.
This one, I like this one because it's cute, and it's just like.
I put a little frog on it.
It's a homemade envelope.
Oh, and I made an envelope.
Yeah, and she made an envelope, so. And it's got a frog on it, yeah. And my name
Michael
with
James
a
Deatrick.
smiley face.
I'm sure that meant so much
Oh
to
my
your heart.
word. Okay, all right.
I must have really liked you.
Okay, so seriously, Honestly, I think the only way we can get through this is making fun of ourselves and the language that we use. But honestly, in all seriousness, this was serious stuff back then. Like,
Yeah.
this was super serious stuff. But now I think looking at it, we kind of just like laugh. Oh, what children.
But it's neat to look back and like, I guess our innocence and our
Newness.
love that we didn't call love in the beginning, but that's what it was.
Okay, so I'm going to read this note. Let's see if I can.
Do you know the context of it?
This is the context. The context of this is 2/27/13.
Okay, so this was about a month and a half into dating.
Yeah. Okay. All right, here we go. Just a note to say I'm praying for you. It makes me really sad when my man is sick and feeling so bad.
Pause. He was sick a lot in college.
I was so sick.
And the worst part about it was that it wasn't because, well, I mean, I was sorry that he was sick, but when you're sick in the Bible college we went to, you have to take a sick day, and that means you're in your dorm all day. You can't leave your dorm. And that meant I couldn't see him all day. So it was just that was sad too.
Yeah.
But anyway. Okay.
I'm learning to trust. Well, first you say I would make you better in a second if I could, but I can't. God can.
Was my writing that
Oh,
bad?
there we go. God can, though, so I'm learning to trust Him for your health. I am the Lord that healeth thee. This weekend has been amazing. I really, really enjoyed spending time with your parents. They both are so fun and very sweet. There you go, Mom and Dad. She loves you.
That was my first meeting of his parents, and I was terrified. Yeah. But anyway.
It was very neat how your dad was talking about knowing the will of God for my life. That's always been like a big thing about my dad is like, and that's kind of been like one of his things that he's always like really focused on.
I actually can remember sitting in the back of the car and listening to him talk about that.
Michael, every time you call me, every time I see you, every time you look at me and our eyes meet, my heart jumps.
Uh-huh.
And when he was talking the Lord's will needing to be my best friend, what I said last week, it's true. Every day I know our friendship is growing stronger. I've been thinking about it though, and seeing God's hand and timing of our relationship yet again. He knew that I needed that year to just watch you. You want to explain that a little bit?
Well, we can link our relationship video up here, and that sounds creepy. Just watch that. I hope it's not really that creepy.
She was watching me for a year. It usually takes a while to really trust someone, and God gave me that time, so now we are dating. I already have that in place. Does that make sense? And,
I said that a lot in my life.
Does that make sense? And then how you went about beginning our relationship and taking it slow and lots of prayer, it just amazed me. There was something that I was just wanting to get to. Oh, anyway. Oh, yeah, this is what it was. And then the Solomon Islands. I could go on and on about that, but it will have to wait. Thank you so much for being the godly leader. I think this is what I love about like our relationship from the beginning is that like we knew like if this relationship works out, that's what we were pushing for.
Yeah.
The Solomon Islands was
are heading towards.
Yeah, the Solomon Islands was the head goal. So.
And I think a lot of our dates and our letters revolved around the Solomon Islands too. Okay. Yeah. This is our first Valentine's Day.
Oh wait, I gotta say this. Okay. Oh. I'm most excited about hearing everything you will have to tell me about the Solomon Islands. You are going to have to remember everything. I like you so much, Michael James Deatrick. You mean so very much to me. Praying for you. Happily yours.
I think, like, looking back now, I knew I loved you. Like, within, I think in my journal, it was like 2 weeks into dating. I knew that I loved you. And I admitted it, like, on paper. I don't know. Like, I feel like I wish I would have just said that I love you.
Yeah, I don't know
why. Like, why did I not tell you? I mean, I was waiting for you to tell me first, but why do you need to tell me first?
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway. Okay. This is our first Valentine's Day. Isn't that cute? You're awesome, amazing, adorable with a kitten and a toilet paper roll. At least the toilet paper roll's on the right way,
I'm
it looks
really
like.
nervous about this.
So, okay. You ready? Yep. My dear Valentine. So, this is, what did you get me for Valentine's Day? Our first Valentine's Day.
I have no idea.
You got me that.
I know what you got me.
That paper carnation thing that Jeremiah made.
Was that all I got you?
And you got me flowers, carnations.
Is that still all I got you? I feel
so.
like I got you like chocolate or something.
I don't remember. I remember what I got you. What did I get you?
You made me like 15 little cheesecakes.
I don't think it was quite 15.
It was a lot, and I ate them all.
I made cheesecakes with heart shapes.
Melted Reese's chocolate on top with a little Reese's thing on top.
It's Three Musketeers.
That's right, with Reese's on top.
Three Musketeers.
Oh, was yours right? Oh.
Yeah, because that was your favorite candy bar.
Yeah, that's right.
Cheesecake, because when we were getting to know each other, I asked him all of his favorite things, and cheesecake was his favorite dessert, and Three Musketeers was your favorite candy bar.
These are a few of my favorite
Anyway, okay, ready? My dear Valentine, this is to the most amazing girl in the world, who is so sweet and kind to her undeserving boyfriend. When I look back on the past month and a half, all I see is happiness. One of my most favorite things is to see my girl smile and laugh. Nora, the more that I am around you, the more time I want to spend with you. God has been so good to me in giving me you. God is still answering prayers about our relationship, and with every passing day, the more excited I get about what the future holds for us together. There is no other person I would rather be with on this earth than with you. You are truly amazing, and I like you so much. Nora Stewart. Your man, Michael. P.S. I like you.
In big font.
So I have a question for you. You would not rather spend time with anyone else on the world, in the earth, than me, but you don't love me? You didn't love me?
Ouch.
I mean, like your parents and your siblings, you love them, but you'd rather spend time with me.
That's the thing, is I don't know. I understand the hesitance to say I love. Like, I understand because, like, we overuse that word, I feel, in our society. And so I feel like we want to protect our children, and my dad always, like, my parents always taught me, just don't throw that word around with carelessly. And so I feel like I was trying to protect that. Yeah. But I mean, I think obviously by this point I knew that I loved you. It's just something that I didn't, because I feel like when you say that word, there's like a switch that goes on, especially in a girl's mind. I don't know. I mean, in a guy's mind too. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I feel like if you love them, just tell them. Yeah. Once you know you love them, just tell them. Because what if something were to happen? Then that would be terrible. Yeah. Okay, your turn. All right. I'm going to save the best one for last because it's hilarious. This was supposed to be a thank you note, but all I had were flowers, pink and purple. I don't know what that means. I think probably my thank you note cards were only flowers, and I figured you wouldn't want a flower card. I guess. Anyway, thank you so much for the twin shirt. Oh, this was beginning. Oh, wow. This one's like ancient. That's right at the very beginning of her relationship. So I gave a twin shirt to Nora because I'm a diehard Cardinals fan, and she is a moderate Twins fan. I'm not a moderate Twins fan. Anyway, she doesn't know all the statistics and the players of the Twins like I know the Cardinals. You don't know them now. I actually do. I feel like I know them pretty well. I could name all the starters. Oh, okay. I'm talking about the stats, but I could name all the starters. Anyway, thank you so much for the twin shirt. I really wanted one for Christmas, and then to get it from you made it even better. It was definitely a huge surprise. Sometimes when I'm thinking about us, I still can't believe we're actually dating, and that you, underlined, are my, underlined, boyfriend. All the prayer and waiting and trusting God and waiting and praying some more, smiley face stuck out, is so worth it. Thank you for all your encouragement and challenging me to trust God more. Whenever I'm with you, I want to grow closer to God and have an even deeper relationship with Him. That should have been on my list of requirements. Oh, yeah. Nora had a huge list of requirements.
Okay, we can do that's for another video.
And I didn't meet a single one.
Yes, you did.
Like, I met none of...
You're talking about the first list?
Yeah,
that it
the
came-
first
okay.
list.
Yeah.
Thanks again. Oh, and FYI, I really underline like you. Praying for you today. Don't forget to... don't get too worried about your one, all caps, class. Smiley face, tongue stuck out.
So I took 4 years and 3 in college, and so I never had any like class dates. I was constantly having classes, and Michael spread his classes out a lot more. And so by the time we were dating and engaged in our relationship, he had a lot of days with not very many classes, and I was kind of jealous probably of that. But anyway, okay. I like this one because if you see, he took the time to do every other line in hot
Wow.
pink and lime green. Wasn't that sweet of you? Just
What
such
a
thoughtful
guy.
I know.
Man, I'd like to meet
That's
that
one
guy.
thing that I really loved. I'd love to meet him. That's one thing I really noticed about you and loved about you from like the very beginning is that he really pays attention to the details. And he's very observant. Like he was so observant about different things.
I think probably the strangest gift that I bought you one time was like a pillow.
I know. I almost read that letter, but I didn't.
what happened there? I bought you. Why did I buy you?
I think my pillow. I think I had complained about my pillow or said something about how I was having a headache.
And so I went to Walmart and
It was a
like
Valentine's present.
I bought her like the best Serta, most expensive pillow you could buy at Walmart.
And I remember thinking, that is such an odd gift. But that's one of the things that I love about you, is that you are very, like, you're just thoughtful. It's not, you don't have to go down the, chocolates and flowers all the time. But you do get me chocolates and flowers a lot. But you also, like, get me gifts that actually,
I think it was just
enhance
gifts
my
to
life.
show you that I was listening.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
Anyway, my dearest Nora, I want you to know that I'm going to miss you so much. I am so glad that God counted me worthy to be in your life. God has been so good to me this past semester. Nora, I'm going to miss you super bad. So you gave me this right before an ensemble trip. Mm-hmm. Was the timing of this. So I was going away for a weekend ensemble trip. I hope that you will have a wonderful ensemble trip. I know that it is a huge letdown that we were not able to have our 6-hour date today. I think I ended up going last minute because I wasn't a full traveler, so I replaced someone. But I'm glad you were able to get this opportunity to travel and minister to people. I will be praying that God will give you a great opportunity to be a blessing to someone, especially a teenage girl. I cannot wait until I can have a whole day with you. There's no one else in this whole wide world that I would rather spend a day. When I look back on our relationship, God's greatness and blessing is just so evident. Did I mention that I'm going to miss you so, so, so much? Oh my goodness gracious, I like you a lot. Isn't that cute? I love that. Okay, I am super, super sappy. That's what you said. I cannot wait until we begin our ministry together on the Solomon Islands. And this was...
Oh my goodness gracious.
This was, we were already talking, you were already talking like, I can't wait until we begin our ministry together on the Solomon Islands. This was just a few months into dating. Yeah. Nora, I know that God will use us in a great way if we just stay faithful to him and do not lose faith during the trials that we do face. I will be praying for you tonight and tomorrow that God will give your voice and body the strength you need to be a blessing for his glory and honor. I cannot wait until next Saturday when I get a whole uninterrupted 3 hours with the girl of my dreams. I like my Nora so much, and you are in my thoughts
Okay,
always.
so one thing about the school where we attended, we're talking about time limits here, and we had dating passes that we had to sign out, and you had they were 3-hour dating passes, and you could do 2 back to back. And so that was our 6 Saturdays, because she worked, we would get 2 6-hour dating passes.
They've since changed the rules and loosened up a little bit on things. I do remember this meaning so much to me, because like the thoughtfulness with the pink and green, and the fact that you took the time to get this typed up and printed out before I left for the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how many times I read it that weekend, but I'm sure it was a lot.
So this one is probably the most interesting one. I think the most memorable letter that you've probably written me. This was one she wrote me while she was working late, a night shift.
I was working all night.
And so, okay, all right, here we go. It says, first thing it has on here is a warning. So I actually had a few of these letters, like warning, because she wrote them when she was trying to stay awake. And there was a couple where you could see where the writing started to drift because she would fall asleep. But anyway, warning, read with caution. This is pitiful. I'm doodling because I don't want to do my homework. My nose is cold. Michael is amazing. Michael Deatrick and Nora Stewart. I am really tired. I really, really like Michael. Oh, no, big, then big, really, with underline, like Michael Deatrick. Okay, so I think the beginning of this is all I'm going to read because you get, I mean, this is.
Oh, man. Look at that.
Whoa. Okay, maybe the beginning and the last. So, well, I'm super confused and tired of trying to do my teaching, reading, homework. Oh, that was a really hard class for you. So I decided to write you a letter. Mrs. Smith, now you know. If you watch her videos, you know that this is why Nora...
I was getting out of my homework.
She was writing me letters instead of doing your homework. I have no idea how this is going to look when I'm done, so maybe I'll have to wait until after I sleep a little so I can decide if I want to give it to you. Were there any other letters that you wrote and never gave to me?
No, I think I figured, you know what? You need to know me, the good, the bad, the ugly, so I'll give you everything.
And she was very... that was very much her MO. Like, I'm going to show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I loved that about you.
Wanted to be completely open.
Yeah.
Holding nothing back.
Honestly, I think I didn't see you with makeup until like 2 or 3 weeks into our dating. Like, because you were just working so much, you never wore makeup at school.
I tried. I've always been jealous of the girls that look put together every day, but that's not me.
Anyway, it's that was not anyway, it was me. That's a habit of mine. Anyway, it's 2:30 and I'm super tired and really, really miss my man. I have Maleta to smell. Who's Maleta?
Okay, Maleta was the dog. I think you actually gave her to me for Valentine's Day. You gave her to me when I was sick, but I think that was supposed to be my Valentine's Day present, and you gave it to me early. But it's a little puppy. I still have it.
Yeah, but it kind of makes me miss you more. I'm sucking on Tootsie Rolls that Ginny gave me because the guy drank my frappe from McDonald's. I heard him in the kitchen, so I went in to see what he wanted to eat. And there he was, drinking my frappe. I almost cried. Haha, oh well, Tootsie Rolls are the new coffee, I guess.
Oh man, that was a terrible night.
So what was the story in this and what was the following thing?
So this was the second night shift in a row, second or third. I had hardly any sleep because I had classes during the day and then to work, and it was just craziness. And so on the way to work, I was passing McDonald's and I decided I was going to treat myself and buy myself a Frappuccino that I was going to put in the fridge and save it for about 3 o'clock in the morning because that's my hardest time when I'm doing a night shift. And so I brought it with me to the client's house. I worked home health care. I put it in the fridge and I worked. I put my clients to sleep and just was getting ready to do some paperwork, and I heard rustling in the kitchen, and I walked around the counter, and the husband of this couple that I was working with was hiding behind the kitchen door, the fridge door, and bent down, hiding, and my Frappuccino was almost half drunk.
It's really sad. And so she wrote me this letter and put it in my box. We hadn't even seen each other that day, right? And so I came in early for my class and I saw a letter in my box, and so I opened it and I read it. I don't even think I finished the letter. I think I read that part. I closed up the letter and I got in your car.
Yeah, you didn't have a car yet.
Because you put the letter in there with the keys.
That's probably, yeah. So you had my car to...
Yeah, because I had to go do a dorm check after my class.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I had her keys, and so I quickly ran to McDonald's to get you a Frappuccino. And I had gotten it, your class had just started, and I was about 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back.
And I left my 7 o'clock class. I was so tired. And was walking to my 8 o'clock class, and I saw Michael standing right by the door of my 8 o'clock class. And I remember thinking, oh, that's so sweet that he came to say hi before my class. But then as I got closer, I saw he was holding something behind his back, and he like pulled it out, and
it was a Frappuccino.
it was like, oh man,
Yeah.
that's the thoughtfulness that you had. Like, that's what made me love you. One of the main things was how thoughtful and that you paid attention to the details and you cared about the little things, and you still do, and I love that.
Anyway, then it says here, by the most amazing, best looking, godliest, sweetest, most romantic ...
I was tired. I was probably thinking, I don't know if I should be saying all that.
Smiley face, sticking tongue out, LOL. Babester boyfriend.
No, that doesn't say babester.
Bestester. Oh, I didn't read that. I read that wrong. Bestester boyfriend in the whole world. You are my favoritist man, and I like you so. Like 20
The O's
O's.
start out and they get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
And then all caps, much. Yep, I'm tired and coffee depraved. And yes, I'm too embarrassed to put my name to this.
Aww. Okay.
That was a sweet memory of our relationship.
This note is probably one of the best notes that you've ever written me.
Oh.
Because this note came, so we dated for a full semester, and then we said goodbye, and we were going to spend the full summer completely on opposite sides of the world. I spent the summer in Malawi, Africa for 2 months. Michael went to the Solomon Islands for a couple weeks and then spent time in Mexico. And I was dreading it. Well, Michael left for the Solomon Islands before I left for Malawi by a couple days. And when I was at my house, actually, it was a really bad day because I had started taking pills for malaria, and the pill that I took was a once a week pill, and my stomach, I've never had stomach pain like I had. And I was having that. I was getting ready for leaving for Malawi. There's a lot of other stuff going on, and Michael had already left for the Solomon Islands, and I hadn't heard from him because he was in transit, I think. And I got a letter from you in the mail, and this was the letter that I got.
Are you going to read the whole thing?
I don't know. I'll see. Dear Honora, well, it is the morning that I am flying out. Actually, it is really early in the morning, like 12:30 a.m. I could not sleep because of all the exciting stuff on my mind. I cannot stop thinking about all the things I'm going to experience in the next 2 weeks. Then, I cannot stop thinking about my future with you and how amazing it will be to serve God with you. Also, the meeting in St. Roberts, Missouri, that is just so exciting. Nerve-wracking, overwhelming, and scary.
Okay.
That was...
Yeah.
Do you want to explain that quickly?
So like the day before I flew out for my survey trip, hadn't even graduated college, hadn't even been voted on by my home church, hadn't even been accepted by a mission board, hadn't even thought to think about a mission board.
Yeah.
A church calls me and says, we've heard that you're wanting to go to the Solomon Islands, and we want to have you into our missions conference at the end of August.
Summer, yeah.
And I was like, I don't have a sending church or a mission. He's like, we want to get behind. He's like, we're wanting to do something different with our church, and we're wanting to get behind young missionaries and encouraging young missionaries before they even end the beginning stages of their ministry.
And it did.
Yep.
God is good, and he is clearly opening a way for our future in the Solomon Islands. Today I was thinking about the difference of our dates and conversations right now in contrast to our very first ones, like that 6-hour one right after opening revival. I think we have gotten a little bit more sappy and silly in our conversation since those past days. Nora, I want you to know that I will be praying for you constantly about things you need to settle with your parents, financial, and job. Nora, even though I will not be there to talk to you, God will always be there to hear your plea for help. Always remember that his faithfulness reaches unto the clouds. I think that has indirectly become the theme verse that we go to as a couple during hard times in our lives. Nora, God will never ever leave us. He will never go on 2-week survey trips or 6-week internship without you. He will never go on a deputation meeting without you. In fact, God loves you so much that he is going to be with you in Malawi for all 8 weeks. He will be there for you when you need him, and he will be there for you even when you think you don't need him. Needless to say, Honora, God is a far greater friend, comforter, and listener to you than I could ever dream of being. God loves you so much more now than I could ever hope to muster in 5 lifetimes. Do you realize how much that is, sweetheart? That is a ton of love from your God, because I love you a lot, and I mean a lot. Nora, when I say dwell on God this summer and you will get through just fine, the more you dwell on God, the more you will find that you are being a greater blessing to the people you are ministering to. Well, sweetie, I had better stop. I think I can maybe fall asleep now. I have a very long day tomorrow without much sleep, but that just means more time I can dream of you. I'm going to miss you so dearly this summer. I love you so much, Nora, and I cannot wait to see you in August, for sure on my birthday. I love you and am praying for you constantly. Affectionately yours, Michael Deatrick. I remember because sometime we'll have to talk about my internship in Malawi, but my internship, I was going by myself. I had never been out of the country before, and I went completely by myself for 2 months and working with Malawians. There wasn't any veteran missionaries there I was working with, and it was completely out of my comfort zone. And I think there was a lot of fear with that, and just because I had become so attached to you within that. I mean, we were so close. Anyway, there's tear stains all over this letter because I was bawling when I read it. But that's probably my favorite letter from you.
And then I did a little bit.
Yeah, and then he drew our future church building.
Yeah.
But
that's on stilts.
It's on stilts. Maybe someday.
Yeah. Oh, well, that was nice. I feel like, I mean, honestly, with this whole YouTube channel, honestly, a lot of it's for us. Like, yeah. But we want to share it with you. I mean, for those who want to be shared with.
Yeah. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching, right?
Right. And, I mean, it's amazing to look back on things like that and just see that aspect of our minds in relation to where we were at in our lives.
And just how much God has grown us as a couple, but also individually in our own lives as Christians. And
I mean, but there's other things in those letters I look back and I'm saying, like, you know what, we need to get that back, get that same thing back into our marriage. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
And because I think, you know, there's a difference between the newness wears off in a relationship. And that I think that's normal. You know, you're not, you know, I love you doesn't have the same meaning to me as it did when you first said it, when I had been waiting for so long to hear it. But at the same time, it has so much more deeper of a meaning now because I know you know me a lot more than you did then. And you still choose to love me. Mm-hmm. You know? Yeah. If that makes sense.
No, that makes sense.
I said that in the letters too, didn't I? My insecurities, I suppose.
Anyway, we hope that you guys enjoyed this video. And if you have not subscribed yet and you enjoy our content that we put out, please subscribe and click the bell if you want to be notified every time we post a new video.
Yeah. And thank you so much for...
Oh,
click the like button if you enjoy this video. It helps our video get seen by more people. And leave us a comment below. Say hi to us. We try to respond to those. And you have a wonderful day.
God bless.